Hello, welcome to this National Bohemian Beer Double Down. First brewed in 1885. Live pleasantly. Oh boy, what a beer. I don't know the ABV. Untapped is saying 4.6, but they're not listed on the Natty Boh website. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer, 24 ounces. And it's brewed by Molson Coors for Pabst Brewing Company, who acquired National Bohemian decades ago. The company, I think, first sold out in 1931, and then that family sold out to Carling of Canada in 1975, and then there was some antitrust stuff with the U.S. government saying, oh no, it's a monopoly. Yeah, two struggling companies. Well, at least one struggling company, a monopoly. Yeah. But anyway, so that kind of business went on, and then Heilemann got a hold of it, I think, around 78. But then, as you may know, Heilemann was bought out by Stroh's in 1996. I was at the Heilemann Brewery the day that happened in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And then in 1999, Pabst bought up the whole thing. All right. This beer continued to be brewed in Baltimore County, Maryland, until 1996 when that brewery was shut down. So they haven't had an actual National Bohemian Natty Boh brewery since 1996. It's all contract brewed to date. Golden. It's an adjunct lager, yellow gold, some nice bubbles there. There's Mr. Boh winking at you with his big 1885 handlebar mustache. Smells like a typical American adjunct lager, which is that kind of sour American lager beer smell, and then grain, like cereal grains, and I guess pale malt, like a white bread crust. All right, cheers. The most minuscule amount of bitterness. All right, so if you're looking for a beer that's not bitter and doesn't evidence really any bitterness, this could be one for you. Sweetness on the Cyclops scale, probably 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness units, Cyclops scale, 1.5 hop cones. What's the actual IBU? Probably around 10. Body's medium, finishes crisp, clean, and refreshing. I bought this in Baltimore County, Maryland last week, right off of United States Highway 40, westbound, in Catonsville, Maryland. Can't remember the name of that liquor store, but there's a 7-Eleven down the street by there, is next close to it, and then there's a Toyota dealership on the corner, or close to the corner, and there's a diner on the corner. I can't remember the name. There's a Walmart on the eastbound side of the US 40. So it's a 4-lane highway, 2 lanes going east, 2 going west. So a lot of traffic and whatnot. Close to Interstate 695. That'll give you a pretty good idea where to buy it. Not sold in Louisiana, probably for the last 40 years. In 1963, National Brewing introduced Colt 45 malt liquor. Air conditioner. Well, we won't go on too much longer. Allegedly, after a player, number 45 for the Baltimore Colts, later the Indianapolis Colts, they played longer in Indianapolis than they have in Baltimore at this point, which is amazing. But it was probably really named after the pistol, but they tried to have a deniability. All right. In 2012, I found Boh Ice on the same highway, US 40, down in the middle of Baltimore. 5.8% alcohol. I wasn't totally terrified in that store. All right, and then I got other cans over the years, and then Pabst did do a little something with this. In the summertime, they had these cans, Camden Yards 20th anniversary. So obviously this was 2012, 20th anniversary of Orioles Park at Camden Yards, and then they'll have the purple and black and gold cans with slight gold trim cans in the football season. All right, so the website doesn't really tell you too much about the beer itself. Just they say, "Oh boy, what a beer!" And then there's a history of it, though, a good timeline. It's pretty interesting. Mostly that website's about selling gear, though. Selling caps, pullovers, hoodies, sports jackets, all kind of jackets, t-shirts and whatnot. Maybe some glassware. So if you go to Baltimore where you see it around, like everywhere. I just casually went in that store and there it was. So yeah, it's common there. You get outside of the immediate Baltimore area, and you're probably not going to see it. So definitely a regional availability. So score. Should they make it a national brand? Nah, I mean there's too many ordinary American adjunct lagers as it is now. That's why a lot of them are struggling. Like Milwaukee's Best Premium and Schlitz, you barely ever see that. Haven't seen it here in months, and it was always sold in this town. So I don't know what's going on. Score. I mean, it's very good to even, you could say excellent. I mean, it is excellently made. There's no off-putting flavors or aromas or strange mouthfeel or anything. So, I mean, you could say 90 out of 100 for what it is, an American adjunct lager. Now, some people might say, well, that style is no good. The style itself is at best a C. That's a very totalitarian way of looking at it, I think, because every beer style has people who like it. So if you don't like it, don't drink it. Some of the same people that might denigrate American adjunct lagers to be running out talking about, oh, I'm drinking a Goza. I'm drinking a Goza. Well, a lot of people hate Gozas. I don't like Gozas. To me, they taste like Gatorade, salted beer. So it's all a personal preference thing. It's not a definitive thing. Anyway, drinking a beer is not a religion. Well, it is for some people, but it's really just something to do. So, but you get people that are very volatile and you know those kind of people. It says, no, it is not a good style. That is clearly the case. Well, it's clearly just your opinion. If you like it, then it's a good style, you see. Most people in the United States don't like really hot and spicy food. I mean, a good minority do, pretty big minority of the population, but the majority does not. So it's a bad style of food. Hot and spicy is bad. No true connoisseur likes hot, spicy food. So that's the kind of mentality we're dealing with. So anyway, 9 out of 10, 90 out of 100. Sorry for the air conditioning, but it is hot, so it is going to cycle off and on. I just thought I'd beat it, but that's the way it goes. So, well, I wasn't exactly impressed with the view. The sights along US 40 through the middle of Baltimore. Questionable. Was it all horrible? No. A lot of it was. Looked like I was gonna say like Beirut, but maybe worse. All right. Anyway, in 1986. But anyway, it wasn't all bad. But I wouldn't necessarily go walking around there. something. All right, Les Le Bon Temps Relais. This is an excellent Baltimore beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to, well, you can't go there and take a tour, but you can go to Baltimore and at least find the beer.